Okay, this is your Monday Math Buffet. You'll notice that it looks a little bit different. We're going to be working on factors and prime and composite. So for the factors, you're going to think what two things multiplied together equal 24. So we have 2 and 12, 6 and 4, 8 and 3, I believe that is all. So you know that it is not prime, it is composite because it has more than one factor pair. Okay, same with 18. We're going to do 2 times 9. Then we're going to do 3 times 6. We know that it has more than one factor pair, so it's composite. Okay. On 23, you have 23 times 1. Oh, you know what? I forgot 18 times 1. And 24 times 1. Okay, and that's all for this one. So this one is going to be prime because it only has one factor pair. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing all week on that section. Okay, for the multiplication, you're going to do 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Placeholder 0. 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 1,462. On this one, 2 goes into 7 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down the 8. 2 goes into 18 9 times. 2 times 9 is 18. Subtract 0. Bring down the 9. 2 goes into 9 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. Bring down the 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 3,946 should have been your answer there. We're going to go ahead and turn. Today you are going to be doing measurement, okay? But we are going to do relative sizes of measurement, okay? So we're going to just kind of look at this and then answer a few questions at the bottom. Jake says the length of his bike is about 4 yards. Use the benchmark units to determine if Jake's statement is reasonable. Okay, so he says the length of his bike is 4 yards. So this tells us that 1 inch is about the width of your first notch on your finger. Okay, so you can go like that, and this right here is 1 inch. A license plate is about 1 foot. A baseball bat is about 1 yard. And you can walk 1 mile in about 20 minutes. Okay, so here, when he says the length of his bike is 4 yards, what do you think? Do you think the length of a bike would be 4 baseball bats long? So, if you were thinking about 4 baseball bats, it says a baseball bat is about 1 yard long. Since Jake's bike is shorter than 4 times the length of a baseball bat, his bike is shorter than 4 yards long. So Jake's statement is reasonable. Jake's bike is about, I would say a bike would be about 2 baseball bats long. Okay? Then here, use the benchmark customary units. Okay, so we know that 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces. Okay? And then about how much liquid is in a mug of hot chocolate. Okay? So if you think about a mug, a pint is one of these half cartons like you might get at the grocery store. This is a half gallon, a quart, and a gallon. So when you get a mug of hot chocolate, it's about 1 cup. Okay, you don't get a gallon of hot chocolate. So we're just thinking about what makes sense here. okay? And then here, it says these pencils, a pencil is about 1 ounce, a loaf of bread is about 1 pound, and a car is about 1 ton. About how much does a grapefruit weigh? Okay, so we are going to know that a grapefruit weighs much more than a pencil. It weighs much less than a car, and so it's closest to a pound, but we know that it probably weighs more than a pound. Okay, I would say a grapefruit probably weighs maybe 2 pounds. Okay, so then down here we're going to answer these together, and tomorrow you'll be asked to do this on your own. Okay, use benchmarks to choose the customary unit you would use to measure each. The length of a football field. So we're going to come up to length. What would you use? Would you use miles? Would it take you 20 minutes to walk the length of a football field? Would you use yards? Would you use feet or inches? You don't want to go too small because it would take you forever to measure in feet. Okay? If you know anything about football, you know like the 30-yard line, that they use yards to measure a football field. Okay? The weight of a pumpkin. So we're going to come to the pumpkin. We know that a pumpkin is way less than a ton, and it's way more than 1 ounce. So we would probably use pounds to weigh a pumpkin. This one says circle the better estimate. The weight of a watermelon. 4 pounds or 4 ounces? So would it be the weight of 4 pencils or the weight of 4 loaves of bread? So I would say it would definitely be 4 loaves of bread. 4 pencils is way lighter than a watermelon. The amount of liquid a fish tank holds. 10 cups or 10 gallons? And this is a big fish tank. We should probably clarify. I want you to think about a big fish tank. So would it be 10 cups of this, like this size, or 10 gallons? So it would have to be 10 gallons to give the fish room to swim. Okay? So we're kind of just estimating what unit of measure we should use during this math buffet. Okay? All right, you can go play the game on Google Classroom.